just should be sitting in our living room playing for you guys, but this is really exciting too. Try to stay in tune throughout the evening. I'm going to play a couple of short sets and a little intermission in between. Once around is all you get. You can't predict the ending yet. It's all new the first time through. No instructions came with you. You do your best but make mistakes. Can't fight love without heartaches. To live life with no regrets, you must be able to forget. Move on and just forget. Step by step, mile by mile, walk with me a little while. Wrap your loving arms around me tighter. One chance to get it right, no shortcuts to paradise. Love the life you live or rearrange it. No better angel came today. Of lightning showed the way. Took the road that came in first, just skipping through the universe. There's no perfect me or perfect you. No perfect love to live up to. The best that I can ever be won't live up to your fantasy. That's all that I can be. Step by step, mile by mile, walk with me a little while. Wrap your loving arms around me tighter. There's just one chance to get it right. No shortcuts to paradise. Love the life you live or try to change it. Birth to now is all I know. Like someone else's picture show. Staring at the stormy sea, just killing time till time kills me. It certainly will kill me. Step by step, mile by mile, walk with me a little while. Wrap your loving arms around me tighter. There's just one chance to get it right. No shortcuts to paradise. Love the life you live, we gotta change it. Once around is all you get. That's it. That's my message for tonight. You can take that home with you. And I'll play a few more. I was billed as Barry Oreck and Friends, and you might have expected to see my very amazing band. And when we first booked this early in the spring, they were all on board, but they are very busy working musicians, and little by little it turned into Barry Oreck and friends. So you guys are the and, which is a nice thing about making that the name of your band. It's not, you know, Barry Oreck and the Brooklyn Bohemians or something, which could be us and Sarah. But you're the friend, so you got to help me out on this. On a lot of them, we'll do some singing, and I think most of you know the songs. So I wrote a bunch of songs during the pandemic, and they were quite introspective, as you would imagine, and a lot just scratching my head about the fact that under duress, when you think, yeah, okay, everybody's in this together, we're all in this together, that instead of kind of pulling together, things would get more and more separated and tribal and angry, and it just makes no sense. It seems like if we're going to make it through whatever is coming, it's got to be a little more collective than that, and there's going to have to be a lot of sharing going on. So your part of the song goes, take a little, give a lot, share a bit of what you've got. Let's just try that. Take a little, give a lot, share a bit of what you've got. And so you'll know, and I'll let you know in that. And before that, there's the ooh part, or I guess it's oh. Oh, it's just oh. So you do oh, and then you do take a little, give a lot, share a bit of what you've got. So this is my thoughts on this splintered world. This makes no sense. If there is a heaven, I'll be dying to know which rules to follow, which ones to forego. Everybody's telling me the rules of the road, the path to true salvation. But if the rules came straight from God, I can't help but think it's a little bit odd that we'd kill each other and the planet we're on in senseless conflagration. It makes no sense to me, closing doors won't make you free. It's one planet, you can see we're all in this together. My parents taught me our history, how we settled this great country, took all we could. It's the land of the free, our manifest destination. Started thinking for myself and I quickly surmised they didn't have the answers, just myths and lies, using God as an excuse to terrorize, extend their domination. It makes no sense to me, closing hearts won't make you free. It's one planet, you can see we're in this all together. I went to church to learn right from wrong, who's on our side, who doesn't belong. Give pity to the weak, but the spoils to the strong in our denomination. And why would an all-seeing Lord above care about who we choose to love? And why does push always come to shove in our angry, splintered nation? It makes no sense to me, closing minds won't make you free. It's one planet, you can see we gotta work together. We gotta, we gotta, we gotta, we gotta take a little, give a lot, share a bit of what you got. Take a little, give a lot, share a bit of what you got. Take a little, give a lot, can't take it when you go. The future's only hope. But what if the rules were meant to ensure that life on this planet could thrive and endure? We carry the disease, but also the cure of wasted, blind consumption. And we know our children, they gotta face the facts. We've started on the road and we can't turn back. Gotta love each other, get off the attack to save our civilization. It makes no sense to me, closing hearts won't make you free. It's one planet, you can see we're desperate for redemption. We gotta, give a lot, share a bit of what you got. Take a little, give a lot, share a bit. Whoa, share a bit. Whoa, share a bit of what you got. Take a little, give a lot, can't take it when you go. The future's only hope. So those first two songs were from my last album called Leap Year. And I've been writing a bunch of new songs I'm happy to share. And they're not yet recorded. And this is a song I wrote with my friend Rob Metter, who he rented a boat in Tennessee on the Norris Lake, which is outside of Knoxville. And Norris Lake was created in the 30s by one of the first TVA big dams that was during the Depression in the early 30s. And Norris Dam was built with the promise to the people who lived there, and this was rich, productive farmland. And the promise was that they would get electricity, that this is how we were going to electrify the rural South. So they were moved out, and of course that didn't happen. Electricity went elsewhere to the cities. Actually, they didn't get electrified in this part of Tennessee till the 50s. But it's an old story, and it's kind of all over the world. So we wrote this song about the Norris Dam. When they came, they spoke of progress, of power for everyone. They said we must leave this place before the waters come. We left a little graveyard there where my family all lies sleeping. Some names had crumbled off the stones, but the memories we're keeping. The water's closing in over everything I know. The hills and fields and homes and barns, the rich earth down below. We left our home for progress. We sacrificed our land, but my heart and soul is down there still, beneath the Norris Dam, beneath the Norris Dam. I recall the smell of pines, butter sun afternoons, the chill of a May morning, and the clear December moon. Forced out of the valley, no choice where we were sent. Now the concrete heat burns our feet, and the money's all been spent. The water's closing in over everything I know. The hills and fields and homes and barns, the rich earth down below. We left our home for progress. We sacrificed our land, but my heart and soul is down there still, beneath the Norris Dam, beneath the Norris Dam. of electric lights, but barren ground, nothing to do, and our people scattered. The little bit of money they gave us didn't matter. I know you can't push back the flood, but we paid for their power with toil and blood. Now nothing of our history lasts. Their bright future drowned our past. There are few left who remember that world so long ago. Lives of worth in industry and land to work and grow. Now the pleasure boats on Norris Lake are told not to use their anchors. They wouldn't want to catch them on the graves of my ancestors. The water's closing in over everything I know. The hills and fields and homes and barns, the rich earth down below. We left our home for progress, we sacrificed our land, but my heart and soul is down there still, beneath the Norris Dam, beneath the Norris Dam, beneath the Norris Dam. That's true. They told him, don't put your anchor down. This is another one for your friends to chime in. We got our place in Indian Lake in 1989, and did the weekend thing, and pretty much every week that transition would just about kill me. It just was tough. Whatever the rhythm is that you get into in 2 days here, and longer now, it's just hard to give up. And this song, I'm sure all of you have heard me do, was inspired by coming across Lake Durant early in the morning and just catching a glimpse of something flashing. And my friend Ross looked over and he saw just a hat in that yellow grass near the road. And he goes, "Geezer in the weeds, geezer in the weeds." And I said, "Wow, that's a song. Can I steal that? Can I use that title?" And he said, "Sure." So I wrote this song and found out later, and I just think I should let you know that geezers are not necessarily old people. A geezer, the word comes from old in England. You had mummers going around from town to town performing, and geezers were also known as mummers. So they were often in some sort of mask or disguise. And so a geezer is just somebody whose name you don't know yet. So you can be a young geezer. I'm an old geezer, but when we get to the geezer in the weeds line, there is a certain satisfaction of singing that out. So please join me on the chorus line, geezer in the weeds. in the dim first light of morning, on my way to another job, I'd catch a glimpse of silver fly above the still blue water. I see a hat and a ripple behind the boat stir the tops of the yellow grass. Just a hint of life lived out of sight, and the choice to be sitting alone. It's a geezer in the weeds. The very next day I called in sick, put my boat up on the roof, and paddled my craft across the pond, and followed that ripple upstream. And round the bend, tucked under a bridge, he sits with a little grin, with a nod and a tap of his fingers to his cap. He motions me to nose my boat in. I asked him kindly, would he show me how to cast in this tight lagoon, and how he learned to sit and wait till the rising of the moon, and be our geezer in the weeds. He said, I know the road for young John Muir. There's a million problems I can't cure, but sitting here with the beaver and the geese, I can find my nature and feel some peace. Just a geezer in the weeds. Said I've spent too much time chasing things, now I let them come to me, and I let the wind tell me where to go, and the stars when it's time to sleep. My life is like a leaky boat that somehow stays afloat. I bail just enough to stay out of the mud, and I paddle just to stay in place. You control and cast for the largest fish, you can push and paddle and sweat, but the best rewards come to those who wait and live with no regrets. Just a geezer in the weeds. He said, I know the road for young John Muir. There's a million problems I can't cure. When it comes to trouble, I catch and release, and stay in the margins and find my peace. Just a geezer in the geezer in the geezer in the weeds. Here's another new one. And this song, we have geezers in here, but we certainly have tree lovers. And This is about trees. Jessica feels like she was a tree in a former life. Does anyone else share that sense? When Bill Herrick and I cut trees on our property, she has to like leave the house or close her. She just feels it in her gut when the tree cracks and goes down. It was partly inspired by Jessica's treeness. And also, we have a friend named Jill who, I didn't know it, but she is a kind of a master of all New York City natural places. And so we took a walk in Prospect Park. There's hundreds of kinds of trees in Prospect Park. It's just astonishing, and she knows every one of them. And she has a cosmic connection with them. And I think Peter, when he's going up and trying to measure trees, you have some of the same. It's not just a scientific interest. It's something more connected. And we took a wonderful tour on Saturday at the museum, the Mushroom Day thing. And so I learned a lot about tree mushrooms, things I didn't know, and mycelium and mycorrhizae, which are both in this song, but I really didn't know the extent of it. There's so much to know, and there seems to be so many people interested in trees now. I was in a bookstore in Brooklyn that had like a giant rack of just tree books, and I think we're finding out how dependent we are on them, and what they kind of mean in the whole history of the earth. So this is called We Were Wood. We were wood once, stumps and trunks and logs. We were boards and planks and boxes, paper and dust. We were cut and torn and crumpled, shredded and burned. We gave it all back, all the minerals returned to a stew of mycelium, the fabric of dirt. We cover over everything, the scars of the earth. We were wood once, reaching toward the sky. We were ash and oak and maple, sycamore and pine. We bring it all together, cycle minerals and air. We stand up strong, we reach out wide, we grow most anywhere. We can make what you breathe, we can breathe what you make. We can house, we can feed, we can heal, we can break, or be broken. Seasons change, pouring rain, ice and drought and hurricanes, molded on our skin, running through our veins. Rings of age tell the time, and the atmospheric rise of CO2 and temperature in straight unbending lines. Each branch, each leaf in a wood wide web brings us all together, even as we spread. Fires and floods, bugs and pests, whirling saws and never rest, but we keep coming back and traveling with invisible threads. We were wood boards, guitars and violins, oscillate, commune communicate in pure harmonic waves. Sing it out in harmony, whistling in the wind. Through a bush of leaves, a splash of seeds, the roar of life begins. It's a song of transformation, breathing out, drawing in. We hold the earth together, we're the fur and we're the skin. Earth seeds, deep roots, we're covered in fruit. We've got connections in high places, enemies in hot pursuit. Across the divide, spread and share through the air and in the earth reside. Stand up tall, brace the fall, lean and bend, crack and mend it. We keep coming back and moving until otherwise directed. Sorts and our stumps and roots and logs. Moving on, moving up, moving down, all around. And we keep coming back and spreading with mysterious connections. Coming back and moving until otherwise directed. We were. What to do next? I'll do like one or two more, and then we'll take a little break and drink wine and stuff. So that one has not been recorded yet. And I've been having a great time writing new songs this summer here. Good thing to do in the rain. This is another one off of my album Leap Year, and it's kind of about families and the stories we grow up with, stories we have been told about who we are, and the stories we tell ourselves. It's a very personal song that also written during the pandemic. It's called Wounded. I spent believing that my troubles have a reason. My mama's hurt, my daddy's leaving, set me on a path of grief and pain. But it's my story now. I know no one else can make me walk along this dark and crooked road. We all are wounded as we journey out among the sinking, choices few, prospects shrinking. I was caught in a web of fate and blood, and it's my story now. I know no one else can make me walk along this dark and crooked road. We all are wounded as we journey out among the scars. Hurts, offenses, indignation passed along through generations. There's no statute of limitations on my family's sense of pride and shame. It's my story now. I know no one else can make me walk along this dark and crooked road. We all are wounded as we journey out among the scars. Hiding my heart, protect what's left because it was so broken from the start. I hear old voices wondering how to change the course, make some different choices. With all the old excuses, put my time to better uses, build some bridges, make some truces, turn around and come in from the cold. And it's my story now. I know no one else can lead me out into some bright and perfect world. We all are wounded as we journey out beyond the stars. Thanks so much. This is, I'll finish this set with a kind of a love song. I think it's a love song. Most of my love songs are kind of ironic or have some twist. I don't think this has any twist. This was the title track of my EP that came out right at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 called We Fit Together. Can't blame the altitude. I played in New Mexico, and everyone goes, "Oh, the altitude is just playing havoc with my tuning." Oh yes, thank you. I wrote this, thank you, with Larry Stallman. I've actually written a lot of songs with him, and most of his songs have some, he's a family therapist, so most of his songs have some kind of strange twist to them, but this one is just pure appreciation. Pieces fit puzzles, and keys fit their locks. Like fingers fit gloves, and toes fit their socks. Like two beating hearts fit a candlelit mood. Like thunder fits lightning at high altitude. Like yin spoons with yang as only it could. Fitting together is good. Like a ball fits a socket, a hand fits a pocket. Like a portrait fits a locket, and fuel fits a rocket. Like a tingling sensation, like a deep conversation. Like the joke that only you get. Like the first time I saw you, I'll never forget. We fit together good. How did we land in the same time and space? How did the tumblers all fall into place? How did we earn the incredible grace to be us as only we could, and to fit together so good? The first time we danced, we moved like we won. With each footstep and turn, a rhythm begun. The feel of your hand nestled in mine. The points on our compasses fell into line. To us, without words, an unmistakable sign that we fit together good. How did we land in the same time and space? How did the tumblers all fall into place? How did we earn the incredible grace to be us as only we could, and to fit together so good? Like Romeo thought Juliet had died from her love, and ended his life where he stood. Like we know that we love at a terrible cost, 'cause the firmament stars have always been crossed, and the ships of our dreams have always been tossed. We rushed to make up for the time we had lost, to fit together good. How did we land in the same time and space? How did the tumblers all fall into place? How did we earn the incredible grace to be us as only we could, and fit together so good? Oh, we fit together So let's take a little stretch, grab some wine or something, and just take like a 10. I've got a few more with a bunch of sing-along things and a lot of outdoorsy stuff in the second group. So we'll take 10. This is another song off my last CD, Leap Year, that I wrote with my friend Rob Metter, who's from Tennessee, and he's kind of a bluegrass historian. And so there's this genre of songs which are all about the little cabin home on the hill. So early in this century, in the 20th century, in the 20s and 30s, there was a big movement from Appalachia to the north, and to big cities for work. And so the people would then write about, with glowing terms, about this little cabin home that they were born in. And we all have our little fantasies. Indian Lake is kind of my fantasy. This is called Home in Mind. You can keep the old home place. You can have your little cabin home. And those rolling hills you came from. And regret you ever roamed. For the hills are full of mines, the cabin cramped and raw. And no one in the old hometown remembers you at all. Oh, take me back to a place that never was, it never could be real. Where the air is sweet, the folks are kind, the money's easy and love is blind. Take me back to that home in my mind. The fields have not turned brown, the grass has not grown tall, and the old home place is somewhere underneath the county mall. And that silver-haired daddy and sweet mother dear are closing on a condo down in Florida this year. So take me back to a place that never was, that never could be real. Where the air is sweet, the folks are kind, the money's easy and love is blind. Take me back to that home in my mind. I can smell the Sunday ham, I can hear the children laughing, Lord, I know where I am. I'm in the home that never was, in a town I never knew, in a state of mind I can find whenever I want to. So take me back to a place that never was and never could be real, where the air is sweet, the folks are kind, the money's easy and love is blind. Take me back to that home in my mind. got a room full of outdoors people, so you all know about the grunt factor. So the hard part, the going up part. And I'm sure, I know that the pleasure is that much greater when you work for it. So I've got some songs about going down. I've got kind of a whole genre of songs about backcountry skiing, which is sort of a niche market for the folk world. But this one, I think this is actually pretty unique. I wrote it about skiing, but it's universal. I think could be about anything, but particularly for those of us who like going up and down. And I can sort of, I can say it's old age that makes it so difficult, but it was hard when I was in my 20s and 30s too. It was, and in fact now maybe I have a little more patience or something as I plod up the hill. I don't know, but I need your help on this, and you already know the words. Basically, your part goes, so let's just try that. Yeah, just guttural, that feeling like where you just cannot take another step. So you'll have a chance to put that into this song, the grunt factor. I'm the grunt factor. I measure the pleasure against the pain. I'm the grunt factor. You bask in the sunshine, I slog through the rain. I live at the bottom and just near the top. I'm with you when you go and I'm with you when you stop. If you don't want to know me, you can just sit on the couch. I'll be waiting sure enough, and I'll bring along the ouch. Cause I'm the grunt factor. I measure the pleasure against the pain. I'm the grunt factor. Bask in the sunshine, I slog through the rain. It's always a balance, a negotiation. The more you go down, you got an up situation. Struggle and pleasure, work and fun. How would you know you're living when the day is done? I'm a grunt factor. I measure the pleasure against the pain. I'm the grunt factor. You bask in the sunshine, I slog through the rain. It don't matter to me how many days you train, you still feel the pain. I get your brain, and every step you take makes you long to break. Let's go 7 and feel the burn. Walk to that lyrics, the next one's even better. You can do it alone, I think we'll do it together. I'm the grunt factor. I measure the pleasure against the pain. I'm the grunt factor. You bask in the sunshine, I slog through the rain. You can put me in your pack, I'm not preferential. If you really want to know, we gotta get existential. Heaven is down and hell is up. You better love them both if you want to reach the top. Cause I'm the grunt factor. I measure the pleasure against the pain. I'm the grunt factor. You bask in the sunshine, I slog through the rain. You forget about me, just the fun remains and the bold campaigns. You never begin without a dose of me, that I guarantee. are good drums. That was excellent. So here's another new song, and we've got some people here in long-term relationships. And you know, when you're living with someone, occasionally you have disagreements of some kind. I don't know if you guys do. You know, maybe even fights. And I thought originally when I was writing this, I was thinking this is about long-term relationships, but then I realized we've been basically having the same fight for 40 years. We're having the same fight we had at year 2, in year 10, and year 20. And you'd think we'd be more creative, but it kind of all boils down to the same things. And when that happens, when we start into something, now, in my wisdom, I realize the thing that I said like 30 seconds ago, if I hadn't said that, we wouldn't be here now. We wouldn't be going down this road. Like what is it that makes this have to be, and why did I have to do that? So, actually, I'll wait till after the song to tell you what Jessica said when she first heard this. This is called This needs good tuning. It's called She Calms Me. She calms me down, and she knows just how to say, I was such a stubborn, righteous, selfish ass today. It does no good to resist the coming fall from grace, with my hopeless rope-a-dope or a really awkward joke. Good chance that I'll provoke a fight. She lets me know what a great guy I can be if I would only pause, take a breath, and hear her speak. It seems so simple to apply such sensible advice. No reason to defend or go down that road again. We could be enemies or friends tonight. Every time I think conclusions. I'd like to say I'll try to do much better, but I've used that one before. No reason for a fight, she really could be right. I just hope I get it right next time. Is it just because I'm a guy that I'm doomed to repeat all the sins of mankind? Or am I just acting like a little boy? Didn't even realize I'd raised my voice, calling names and tossing blame gets us nowhere, but we do it just the same. She builds me up and reminds me frequently I'm the very best in my own category. Peace reigns forever in the world would be my dearest plea. But in this messy life there's gonna be some strife. We'll just try to get it right someday. She calms me down. Thank you. A lot of those lines actually come from our relationship, and Jessica's response was, "You've been listening all this time." She was shocked. She said, "You've been listening." I thought, you know, that was the biggest endorsement I needed for that song. Let's do two more. Here's another ski song. We did the uphill. Now let's do the downhill. This one's called Ride. And I haven't done this as a sing-along before, but I think it would be fun. So it's a little bit of a tongue twister. So it goes ride, 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 glide, glide, glide. Try that. Ride, 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 glide, glide, glide. That's only the first one. Then the second one is ride, 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 slide, slide, slide. Let's try that one. Ride, 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 slide, slide, slide. So, we should try it, yeah. So we're gonna try this. I've never done it as a sing-along. So this one is just about the glories of going downhill, whether it's skiing or paddling or biking or any old way you like to go downhill. So this is try ride, 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 glide, glide, glide. Actually, the first one just goes ride, 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 ride. But you'll pick it up, and we'll see if we can sing this together. And we're going to close with a good sing-along. Digging down deep for all of my strength, I stepped over the ridge, stared into the abyss. I knew I had found it and jumped in like this. I went right on the steeper side with mountains to climb and rivers to run. I went right, slide on the great divide. Of insanity, command rolling under my body and fly, connected but free, the best version of me, at peace with my trajectory, coming to rest things to glide on the great divide with mountains to climb, rivers to run. Slide. Abandoned, free as the wind. Whenever I'm here in high mountain places, the rat race below is far, far away. Sky and rock, snow and water are my road maps for wandering, finding my home. To glide, push the fears aside with mountains to climb, rivers to run. I went right, slide on the earth was mine, weightless, abandoned, free as the wind. It was so good, I muffled the words. Well, let's end with a sing-along. And this is one most of you probably sung with me. It's called The Gentle Arms of Eden. And it's the one song in the set that I did not write. I wish I did. I think it's the best kind of environmental song that I know. And so the chorus goes, and I'll say it and you say it back. This is my home, this is my only home. My only home. This is the only sacred ground I have ever known. This is the only sacred ground I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. And so we'll practice it. Well, we'll get to do it 4 times.
Who wrote it, Barry?
Oh, thank you, Jessica.
This was written by Dave Carter, a wonderful songwriter. And he died very young. He was super prolific. He had about like 8 or 9 albums by the time he was 30, and died in his 30s. But this was one of his number of his songs that has lived on. Sleepy endless ocean, when the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm in the splash and roll, but not a voice to sing. And the moon fell on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum for joy, as though to say, this is my home, this is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then the day broke bright around her, and the one turned into 2, and the 2 into 10,000 things, the old things into new. And on some virgin beachhead, one lonesome critter crawled, and looked about and shouted out with the most astonished drawl, this is my home, this is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. And all the sky was buzzing, and the ground was carpet green, and the weary children of the woods went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing when their fields were glad with grain, this song of celebration from their cities on the plains. This is my home, this is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. There's smoke across the harbor, and there's factories on the shore, and the world is ill with greed and will and enterprise of war. But I will lay my burdens in the cradle of your grace, the shining beaches of your love, the seas of your embrace. This is my home, this is my only home. This is the only sacred ground that I have ever known. And should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. Thank you, George. I'll be out there if you want a CD. You can get one. If you get your music other ways, you can find those records on whatever, however you do it. Or a t-shirt, or a mug, or a cell phone case, or a shower curtain. But thank you again. Thank you so much for